Happy Little Friday, Brain Trust. Hope you guys are having a great week so far. Have you ever felt like you've kind of pivoted to using a certain substance or done an activity that you later on felt guilty about? Maybe you did it so that you could feel better in the moment. You were kind of like tired, or you were dissatisfied, or you just heard some bad news. In this segment, we're going to talk about how you can find your healthy fix. So let's be honest. We all need like some type of fix to get us through the day, right? Like we need something to lift our spirits, to kind of distract us in a healthy way, and to kind of get us in a mind frame where we see the bigger picture. The question is, what are you going to use? I myself have used food a lot of the time, right? To kind of like make myself feel better and self soothe. We've seen that a lot in society. People stress eat, and many times it's like related to sugar or things that give us this like huge spike, and then crash immediate, right? So it's very jarring and it's not sustainable. I think a good fix is one that doesn't require you to have that cost long term, right? So when you have a bad fix, what's happening is that you do get like a little momentary benefit, right? You feel better, like you feel like some sort of buzz or high, but long term, you're incurring a cost. There's some sort of debt associated with it. A good fix is one that kind of like snaps you out of that like negative feeling state, but there's no debt associated. There's no long term cost. It's kind of like neutral, right? We could think of that as like drinking water, right? Or going for a walk, or maybe doing something productive. So that's a good fix. I want to talk about a great fix. A great fix is one that not only gives you a short term benefit, it snaps your mind out of that like down in the dumps mentality, but it also helps you build towards a long term satisfaction and a better future. The problem with a great fix is that it requires effort, right? And that is a little bit harder to pull off. Well, you can definitely do it. And I've done it by really using activities like working out, talking with friends, so making deeper relationships, working, doing some life planning, right? Doing like some financial planning, coming up with some ideas for a good project, doing some really good recruiting so I can think about my next career move. Those are things that in the moment, they'll also help you get your mind off something that's negative, but also help you build towards a better future. But it will require you to practice at it. And this is the key phrase I want you guys to think about. Neurons that fire together wire together. So if you associate a feeling of satisfaction and self-worth with doing these activities, like that you're building a better future, it'll become less effortful over time. And you'll have more of a slow and steady gain in mood and satisfaction, right? As opposed to the super spiky one you get when you eat bad food, right? You get some like high, but then it crashes and you go way down low. And you're never really going up. You're just like crashing and coming right back down to where you started. So that's what I want to leave you guys with. What is your great healthy fix? What can you see yourselves doing when you feel a little bit out of it or have a malaise that might require a little bit of effort, but is good for you in the long term and should only get easier over time? I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Feel free to drop them and share this video if you really enjoyed it.